Make it special. Make it Maloney.
This segment of the Port Jeff Pulse is brought to you by Holistic Body for You, health coaching by Karen Sullivan.
Good morning. Good morning to our new guests. Busy day today for us, right?
Yes.
And look at this. I find this
snowing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
A perfect day for slurp.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not always the
yeah.
sun out in Port Jefferson. This is the other side.
Did you hear what Atsushi just said?
What did Atsushi say?
Say it again.
It's perfect day for slurp ramen.
That's right.
It's cold and
It's cold
strong.
outside.
True. Our guests are Atsushi and Francesca, owners of SLURP Ramen in Port Jefferson
So
Village.
exciting.
A very
Thank you
different,
so much.
A very different kind of restaurant. Something
Yes.
I personally enjoy a lot.
Thank you.
You guys are on the radar. We know this, you know. You're hot now. You're hot. You're happening. And I call it comfort food. I know people call it, but I feel comforted by eating your awesome food.
It's definitely comfort food, Japanese soul food.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when I first met you, I met you with the mayor, actually. We did that piece with the mayor. And we talked about how this food is. You said something to me. I never forgot it. I hope I'm right. You said it's really, hey, if you were in Japan, this would be the McDonald's of Japan. Meaning it's that pervasive. This
Like
type of food.
hamburgers. Yeah. It's
That's what I meant.
or pizza. It's everywhere.
Okay.
You can go into his little town. He lives in a major city, but his area of the city could have 100 ramen restaurants.
Right. So tell us about, I see the drinks here, but, well, let's go into the history first of the restaurant. How did you two come together to create this? Give me the whole story.
Should I start?
Yeah.
It's really important that we get the story, yeah.
Yeah, well, Atsushi has always loved to cook, and he's always had jobs cooking. And one day he said to me, you know, I think I'm going to open my own restaurant. I'm like, okay. He's like, I think I'm going to do ramen. I said, okay. And that was it. So where Americans will do, my American friends, we'll talk a lot, and
They'll
we'll discuss
vacillate.
it. Yeah. I forget sometimes Japanese people can feel quiet to me. You know, they'll just say it once
And then
just go do it.
Do it. Right.
Yeah, because you know how
Yeah.
so many sushi restaurant or hibachi restaurant
Yes.
in the Long Island, but there's no like ramen restaurant.
And there's so
in Long
much
Island.
Japanese food that we love in addition to sushi. We love sushi, but we also love the ramen and the everyday eating. Most of the Japanese food around here is more fine dining, and we
Okay.
wanted to bring the everyday.
Every day.
You know,
Right.
like you have your delis with sandwiches and pizza.
Quick
and-
lunch break.
Yeah, that kind of food we wanted that we would normally eat, you know, on our way to work or.
So
Right.
at this time that you're speaking about, you've only been open, have you been a year yet?
Almost.
So we're going to celebrate a year anniversary
Yeah,
soon. When is
March
your
1st,
year anniversary?
March 1st.
Oh, it's coming around.
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
coming around.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you were a chef at Toast, correct?
Toast, correct.
Previous to this. So then you have this epiphany that you want to open a restaurant and serve this type of food. And then, of course, you have to think about a place to do this. And you opened where I think the last place that was there was a deli, right?
Yes.
And, you know, we talked about, you know, what makes a place, you know, certainly ambience, what you're serving, and also location. I happen to love that location.
Yeah, we do too.
I mean, you walk right
Good
past
spot.
it.
Yeah, and you can see the ferry from our location, and the brewery is next door,
Yeah.
and it's a fun atmosphere. The
Right.
creek is right there.
Right. There's lots of traffic, lots of people always mulling and walking
Yeah.
around.
Absolutely.
there.
You know, I walked
Yeah.
the other day with my wife around the town. You know, you have to walk past there, so
Right.
it's fantastic.
Right.
You know, don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, it's great, and the
every
ice
summer
cream
we used-
parlor's right next door.
Every summer we used to go to. I mean, we go to like you know, every Wednesday night they have like live music in front of the brewery.
Oh,
Brewery,
that's
yes.
right.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
where we always go to.
Right.
And
You know, what's so great is the brewery serves beer. They don't really serve food.
Yeah.
So, you know, you drink beer, you get hungry, you go to Slurp.
Exactly.
and then there's
Yeah.
ice cream place there for dessert.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
That's a great
beauty of a
location.
village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's so fantastic. So, okay, the idea comes. It's a decision made quite, you know, quickly by Atsushi. You support it. You go into this location and you open up. And less than a year ago.
Yes.
And whose decision was it to make the menu up? You know, or was that a given?
It was a collaboration. We definitely, I knew the things I liked and the things my American friends living in Japan were drawn to. So I definitely wanted to share that. Look, Americans really enjoy these foods and
Right.
that don't exist here. Like,
Okay.
for example, we brought you an economy stick, which I'm not sure.
You could show that camera
Yes.
right there,
It
over
got-
there. And so look at that.
Doesn't look as cute as before, but it's
What's
still
it called?
delicious.
Spell that, please.
Okonomi, Okonomi. It actually, okonomi actually means favorite food.
Favorite food, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And it's a batter with cabbage and seafood in it with a sweet sauce and Japanese mayonnaise on top. And this is the kind of food that we ate all the time, like going to eat pizza and hamburgers. And we're so excited to have this if you'd like to try it.
I think I will
some?
try them.
Yeah, here, we can break off pieces.
Imagine. This is fantastic. First time we've had live food on the show, so I love it.
There
Yay!
you go.
Yeah, I wish
It's
you.
still hot. You guys are amazing.
Well,
This is
just
hot.
brought it. We just brought it.
Yeah,
You understand? I'm having breakfast, number one.
Ramen.
He's so excited.
One of the rare
He's
times I
so
didn't eat breakfast
excited.
first.
Oh my God, it smells.
So those sauces
really
on there is
good.
really like Japanese street food, everyday flavors,
Okay.
and we're really excited to expand.
Explosionary.
Yeah.
What an amazing.
You wanna try this?
No, thank you.
No, go ahead. Take the side.
No, not right
Take
now.
the side and
I'm
eat.
good. I'm good.
Did you eat breakfast?
Oh my goodness, it's great. That's awesome.
So not only do we have ramen, which is really a comfort food, we're bringing out these additional Japanese comfort foods like the okonomi stick, and we just this week brought out Japanese style curry, which I don't think many people know that curry is a big part of Japanese food now.
Really?
Yeah, it's been in Japan for 120 years.
Okay.
at
But it's been in
least.
India for 2000, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the British in the late 1800s brought it to Japan, and the Japanese made it their own thing. It's much sweeter, not much sweeter, but it's much milder, a little bit sweet, it's thick. It's definitely a different kind of curry than Indian
Okay.
or Thai.
Oh, this is the one I want to show everybody.
So,
In Japan, there's so many
Look at that.
curry restaurants
don't-
on the street.
I know,
Yeah.
I see it. I know what I'm doing, but I got to get
and
the
this
angle
is
there.
this is the chashu pork belly curry, and we added an extra slurp soft boiled egg to this. I don't know if you've had the soft boiled egg yet.
No, I'm going to
Yeah,
watch
so-
this. Watch this. I'm going to try this.
Okay.
That's a marinated
All right, go ahead.
egg and
Here's
Japanese
something you might not have
flavors.
known, Karen. Watch. More importantly, listen. You hear that slurp?
Yes.
Yes, thank
That's what
you.
you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Oh, you knew that?
Yes.
That's a compliment.
That is a sign of being
Oh, my
complimentary
God.
to the chef. My brother-in-law spends a lot of time in Japan with his company.
Oh, wow.
So he eats there a lot, and we've had conversations about the slurp,
Yes.
about
man,
how
with
important
scallions.
that is.
Right?
Look at me go.
Go. Well.
So
Delicious.
very different from an Indian curry, but still a curry.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then we also brought. I don't know. We
Yep,
also
I'm gonna help
brought.
you out.
This is our Japanese fried chicken rice bowl. So it's white rice, and on top is Japanese style fried chicken. So what that means is Atsushi's
Show this
marinated
first to the
it.
camera.
Okay.
Look at that.
And how did you marinate it, Atsushi?
Oh, we marinate with soy sauce, mirin. I mean, Japanese cook rice
Mirin,
wine,
yeah.
mirin, and garlic and ginger.
So these rich Japanese
scallion.
flavors, and then there's a sweet Hawaiian barbecue sauce on there, and
You have
sriracha
to.
and Japanese
Karen has to
mayonnaise.
authenticate all this first because
Yeah.
of her
Yeah.
dietary needs, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know.
No, it's
so
okay.
we belong to a
It's okay.
gym, and when we told the gym we were making this restaurant, they looked at me like, "But I want to go." I'm like, "I know it's a cheat meal. I'm sorry. It's great. Please come."
Oh my God, that
I can't slurp this, but I can eat it.
If the audience could smell what I'm smelling right now, it smells.
Smell of it, really. I've never had.
Abs-
I never
remember,
had it.
remember on
I've
Willie-
I've never had. I've been to your restaurant many times. I haven't had
Smell-o-vision.
any of these three.
We need
Oh, that's great.
smell-o-vision.
So that's new stuff.
That's
Oh my
great.
God,
I'm
it
glad we could
smells
bring something
spectacular.
that, for you to try. Yeah.
But do you have like trouble, like when you make this? What if you got a lot of people in it? How do you do it?
Oh, in the kitchen?
Yeah. Do you go in the kitchen and get in his way? Does he yell at you?
I'm definitely not. I'm.
You're the
I
front
don't
end
belong
person.
in the kitchen. Yeah.
You're a front end person,
I'm
right?
the front end person. Atsushi's the kitchen person.
Atsushi, tell us some stories about like you have help in the kitchen. A lot of help. I mean, how many people are in the kitchen?
Usually we have like 4 or 5
4 or 5.
people
That's
in
a
the
lot,
kitchen.
yeah.
And then we open 12 o'clock, and one person comes in the restaurant like 8 o'clock, starting prepping
In the morning.
in the morning. So
Okay,
he
to
has
prep.
4 hours to prep, and then a second person comes in 9 or 9:30 to help him out.
Having a restaurant, it's not an easy business, right? It's many hours, many hours of preparation.
Right.
It's fun,
People
though.
only see, of course, they only see you're open from 12 to 8 o'clock. But there's many more hours.
Hours,
Yeah.
Prepping, right?
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
But you love it. I mean, this is what you do. Have you always been a chef?
Yeah. Yep. In Japan, I had a couple like part-time job. I'm always involved with like Japanese restaurant business.
What is the business the atmosphere like in Japan compared to America? Is it good there?
Yeah, it's good.
A lot of
For
competition?
restaurants?
Yeah, for restaurants.
Oh yeah,
It's-
it's definitely. There were a few people when I said we were going to open a restaurant looked at me like, "Oh, you're only going to work at a restaurant," and I felt a little sad. I know,
Wait,
but
you
in
mean in
Japan,
Japan?
no, in America.
Oh. That's
Really?
interesting.
I won't name names. No,
Really?
but
We'll talk about that off the air.
We'll talk about later.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
But in Japan, there's definitely this feeling of respect towards restaurant owners. There's, and then they take culinary work very seriously, and there's really you can see the pride. Everyone's heard of the pride around sushi and how seriously they take the sushi, but it's not just the sushi. The ramen is everything is taken
right.
seriously. So it's a different atmosphere in that respect. It's definitely very high standards. So we still feel like there's so much more for us to learn and expand and grow. And
To me,
we're
it's
excited.
if you respect your craft, that's all there is to it,
Yeah.
no
It's
matter where you are,
incredible.
right? You guys
Yeah.
respect
Yeah.
your craft.
Right.
We know that. The drinks.
yeah,
I love the fact
Can
that
you
you
see the
don't
drinks?
you don't have Coca, even though Coca-Cola is my people know
Oh,
that
good.
know me know
And
I love Coke, but this is
there's English
authentic.
on the can, so I know what it is.
Yes.
Oh, this one
so all of these are from Japan.
My son. Does this have the little ball in here?
yes,
Yes.
that's
Okay.
the ramen with the
Yes.
ball that you
The
pop
kids-
open.
My son's a teenager. They
so
love
cool.
this.
Yeah, but we have
Look at this though. I've never seen this is coffee?
yeah, this is canned coffee. It's sweet and milky. And when I lived in Japan, and when we found out we could get our hands on some of these things, I'm like, let's create
Bring
a
it.
space where it's like being at the Japanese convenience store, and we can get all the fun things that
kid.
we love.
That's very, so,
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
Sweet, very
Francesca
sweet.
took the time,
He's
energy
so
to bring this. I'm not going to just
He's
put it on.
so-
Look at this. I have new ways of doing things, right?
He's so
Look
excited
at this.
right
Bet
now.
you nobody thought of this.
No, slurp it, baby.
So, and can you feel the can is much harder than an American aluminum can?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
So-
serve that. Yes.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's like the old
Sweet, isn't
cans
it?
of 7-Up
Yeah.
when we used to shoot them with the guns and stuff. You're right.
Oh, it is really hard.
Yeah.
The Americans have gotten very cheap. Let me explain something to you. I went to the supermarket the other day. You know what I'm going to say. And you look at the Breyers ice cream and you go to your wife, you go, oh my God, it's only $3.99. It's so great. Do you know it's 3/4 of what it used to be?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
package is
Yeah, it's
smaller.
much smaller.
It's much smaller. Here too, 11.3. They couldn't make it 12 ounces. They made
It's all
11.3.
milliliters.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're metric over
Try
there.
that cream soda. You'll love it.
Yeah.
So this
Oh,
is-
you've had it. Great. It's
Yeah.
wonderful, right?
That's one I've had. But this is so cool that I know you have this now.
Yeah, and we have another one, a Kona coffee, and we also have unsweetened teas, jasmine, oolong tea, green tea, and royal
Jazz, yeah.
gogo no
Gogo no
kocha,
kocha,
straight
yeah,
tea.
straight tea.
What these are drinks that we always had in the Japanese convenience store that I used to love, and I'm really excited that we could find from our distributors.
Okay.
Yep. Now, do you network with? I saw you the other night, for example, at the
Yeah.
chamber. How great was that meeting?
It was
right?
fun.
Right, you get to
Yeah.
network with not only other business people but also other restaurants because,
Yes.
as you know, Port Jeff is quickly becoming like a little kind of eclectic
Yes.
food restaurants and, and
the,
stuff
the
like
Port
that.
Jefferson restaurant community is so wonderful and so supportive
They
and
are.
so kind, and
And we're still
we
new
can't
in this
thank them
business,
enough.
And we're still learning every day. And
every
we have
ti-
just friends to ask.
Right. Every time there's something
wonderful.
we have a
It's
question
good.
about, everybody we ask is so generous with their time and their advice, and it's really yeah.
What's been the most pleasurable thing about opening the business and doing the business, and what's been not so? I always
Oh.
ask this of people.
I think the best thing about the business is seeing who comes in.
people.
Yeah, because we're getting most of the people that are coming in have never had ramen in their entire lives, like never had real ramen.
Real
They've had
ramen.
instant ramen, but never had
Right.
real ramen.
And there's a big difference.
yeah.
Atsushi, you understand that we had instant ramen when we were in college because we couldn't afford
99
anything
cents
else.
ramen, yeah.
Right.
It was I think it was 20 cents for
Oh,
the
20
bag.
cents.
And
Yeah.
it still is.
Okay.
It still
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
So
it's
to
very
see those
inexpensive.
people come in and not be afraid to try something new, which is
Right.
fantastic. And then also, we think of ramen, we think of college students. It's not just college students coming to eat.
Right.
People of all ages, parents with their young children, grandparents, people,
Famous musicians like Dom Famularo.
Really?
He eats at restaurants.
Really?
He loves it.
He
Yeah.
loves
That's
slurp.
fantastic.
The mayor loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So everybody's really coming and trying, and then in addition to that, someone will come in and they'll say, "Oh yeah, I know what this is. I used to live in Japan." So I'm suddenly meeting all the people on Long Island who have lived in Japan before,
That's
or who
fantastic.
have a family member in Japan, or went on vacation, or maybe they just are interested in going one day and they're coming
Right.
in, and that's been great to talk to them. And like someone who wants to visit Japan, I've been able to be like, "Oh, you should do this. Go here,
Right.
find this
Right.
ticket."
Try this.
How many
right.
times
Yeah.
have you personally been to Japan?
I-
It seems
I
like you've.
I
used to
lived
live
there for 5 years.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
realize
actually
that.
met Atsushi in Kyoto.
Oh, this is the part we
Yeah.
want to get to.
Yeah.
Let's get to the love story. In a park? Come on, where did you guys meet?
Yeah, so
I'll let you talk.
let me talk. Yeah, he probably can't remember. That's why.
Where did you grow up?
I went to Miller Place High School. I grew up
Right
in
here?
Yeah, my parents. My mom went to Port Jeff High School.
Okay.
And so, what brought you to Japan?
So in college, many of my friends did study abroad in Europe, and they came back so sophisticated after that junior year. And I'm thinking, wow,
Yeah.
I want to go abroad
You're like, I wanna do
somewhere.
this, right,
Yeah.
right.
And but I didn't understand why people didn't go to Asia. It seemed like everybody I knew was going to Europe, and
Right.
I was thinking, how interesting would it be to go someplace where you're illiterate when you get there, because it's written in characters, and
Yeah, that's
and it's
brave of
just
you.
totally. I didn't know at the time. At the time I was just like, let's go.
Oh my God, it's
So-
just fantastic. What year was this about?
2001.
Okay.
And so the really great, I'm dating myself, right? But the great thing was that there was no GPS, right?
Okay.
On your phones.
That's
There was
right.
GPS in the cars in Japan because they
Right.
were technologically advanced.
Right.
But I had to use maps. I had to go talk to people. I didn't have the translation software. It was really an adventure.
Similar experience when I went to Germany when I was 19, my first year of college.
Yes.
I recommend it to everybody. You gotta take an intercession at the very least and go traveling.
Yeah,
And those
great.
were exciting times because you were forced
Yes. And
to somehow get answers.
absolutely. And you don't even have to go to another country. Even if you go upstate or you go to Virginia, you're going to be in a different culture,
Right.
surrounded by a different
Right.
way of thinking,
Right.
and you get that experience.
Yes.
Right.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. So how did you meet?
Oh,
What do we mean?
so he had done a year abroad in Brisbane, Australia, and to play rugby, but he was studying English also.
Rugby.
And I know. And he had just come back
Love
from
rugby.
his rugby.
I do.
It's a rough sport.
Yeah.
Love
You're a tough
rugby.
guy.
I used to be, not anymore.
You've been softened by the ramen.
Yeah.
I bet you get right back into it if you needed
Oh
to.
yeah.
So look at it. Come on, you guys are getting a little. You're blushing now.
I was waiting for you to explain.
At least tell me the city that you met, and you don't have to
Oh
go.
no, we met in Kyoto.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to his university. So he was a regular
Okay.
college student, and I was an exchange student at his school. And an exchange student from Mexico City was having a party at his dorm room.
Okay.
And Atsushi showed up at the same party.
Oh, that's so
and
fantastic.
that's it. And the rest is
That's how I
history.
met him. Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Oh God, 2001.
2001.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you came back right about the time where we had the horrible terrorist act.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you came back here, and was it culture shock for you? First time for you, right? When you came back?
Oh yeah, I brought
yeah.
him in 2007.
Oh, okay.
And was it culture shock? How did you do?
No, not really. No, I've always wanted to live in a foreign country. In
Okay.
Japan.
Yeah,
And
fantastic.
I went to Australia. I went to Canada. So I kind of know what it's like to
No,
live in
he's
foreign.
fine.
Yeah,
But you're
America.
right. You got that mic right on him now. Okay.
So I didn't have any cultural
Okay.
shock.
So the rest is history. Here
Yeah.
you are, and you've got a great brand, a great restaurant. The food is fantastic. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you. We're having fun.
And it's such a beautiful story about both of you
Oh, thank
and how
you.
you
Thank
guys
you.
came together.
Absolutely.
It really is. It's awesome.
And food is such a communal thing. Tell me about what you used to do when you first met each other. Did you eat this type of food?
Yes.
All the time?
yes.
And so then you came back to it. That's the most
Yeah.
incredible thing.
And it was great back then because I couldn't read when I first met him. I couldn't read Japanese, right? So we'd go. I know I couldn't read, right?
You can
so
speak.
I couldn't really speak either. I mean, really,
Can you speak Japanese now?
now. But when we first met, we were using dictionaries to talk. We really couldn't talk to each other.
Oh my God.
Now they have Google Translate.
I know. Yeah.
I love it.
So
Yeah, I couldn't really start speak English either. So
Right.
we
Yeah.
couldn't really.
But your English is very
communicate.
good. It's very good.
yeah, he's
thanks.
great
It's very
now,
good.
right?
Yeah.
So but we'd go to a restaurant and he would just have to order for me because I couldn't read the menu.
Right.
So
And then he learned by your face as you went.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Communications at its best.
Absolutely.
I love this look. This is fantastic. I love it. You wear that all the time when you're working,
yeah.
right?
Do you know about the bandanas?
I
in
don't.
Japan?
I would like, I wanted to ask you
I don't.
because I've seen some other
Yeah.
like sushi chefs wear
Yes.
them and stuff as well.
And probably you've seen historical videos in
Absolutely.
Japanese people wearing.
Right.
So in Japan, it's called a hachimaki, and when you have a hachimaki on, there's a sense that you're taking whatever you're doing very seriously. So in Japan, you'll see people studying for their entrance exams for college wearing them. You'll see people working on a deadline for a project wearing them, and it's kind of a sign that I'm doing
going
my
to
best.
The war, right? Kind of.
Right. Going to war. Right. You're focused.
You're focused.
So that goes back to
Focused.
what I said, that craft, that seriousness in
Yes.
your craft, which
Yes.
in this case right now is food, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, fantastic. Hours of operation. Is it, what are your hours of operation and your days that you're open? For
Yeah. Sunday to Thursday is 12 to 9, and on Friday night and Saturday night, it's 12 to 10.
Wow.
An hour extra
An hour extra.
Extra.
for those
Excellent.
frolicking folks downtown in the village. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so
Thank
much for
you
coming
so
on
much.
and bringing the. I have lunch. I'm sorry.
You're fantastic.
I'm sorry.
It's awesome.
This is. Thank you so much. That was so nice.
We
of you.
can bring more. Would you like something
So,
else?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to figure it out.
We'll be by there
So
soon.
nice
Come back
to
on in the
meet-
spring.
Oh, yeah, it's so great to
Thank
have you
you.
guys
Yes.
there.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.